Have you ever attended a funeral or memorial service and left thinking more about your own life than the life of the person who passed away? I know I have. In fact, the older I get, the more often it seems to happen. And that's exactly what this channel is all about. Over the years, I've learned a lot of lessons through business, relationships, personal development, faith, and life itself. My goal is simply to share some of those thoughts and experiences in hopes that they might encourage you to reflect on your own journey as well. So if that sounds valuable to you, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you join us here. Recently, I attended another memorial service. Unfortunately, it wasn't the first one I've attended this year. As many of us have discovered as we get older, those occasions seem to come more frequently than they once did. This particular service was for a mother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, a friend, a neighbor, a church member, and a beloved relative of someone that I care deeply about. As I sat there listening and observing, I found myself thinking about something I've noticed over the years. Every memorial service is different, not just because every person is different, but because every life touches the world in a unique way. Some of the people I've honored were close friends. Some were acquaintances. Some were relatives. Others were connected to people I love. In each case, my relationship to that person affected how I experienced the day. But what fascinated me most wasn't just the person who had passed away. It was what I learned about the lives that remained. The stories that people chose to tell, the stories they didn't tell, the emotions in their voices, the laughter, the tears, the memories, the regrets. All of those things seemed to paint a picture of who that person truly was. Sometimes it wasn't the prepared speech that told the story. Sometimes it was the way that someone struggled to get through a sentence. Sometimes it was the smile that appeared while sharing a memory. And sometimes it was just a moment of silence. Just simply who showed up. Looking around the room often tells a story all by itself. You see family members, old friends, neighbors, co-workers, church members, people who haven't seen one another in years. And each one represents a life that was touched in some way by that person. It made me wonder, how many people do we influence without ever realizing it? How many lives do we affect through simple acts of kindness, or the opposite? How many people remember something we said years ago that we had completely forgotten? One thing I've learned is that memorial services aren't really for the person who has passed away. They're for the people who remain. They're a chance to grieve, a chance to celebrate, remember, reconnect. And maybe most importantly, a chance to reflect. Because almost every time I attend one, I leave asking myself a few questions. Am I spending my time on the things that really matter? Am I investing in the people I care about? Am I becoming the kind of person I hope to be? And if my story were told tomorrow, what would people say? Not what I want them to say, not what I would want them to say, but what would they actually say? It's a very different question. Would they talk about accomplishments, possessions, job titles? Or would they talk about kindness, friendship, generosity, faith, loyalty, love? The older I get, the more I believe that most of what consumes our attention day to day eventually fades into the background, but the way we make people feel tends to remain. I've also noticed something else. Almost every memorial service includes some form of regret. Not necessarily deep regret, but often thoughts like, I wish I had called more often. I wish we had spent more time together. I wish I had told them how much they meant to me. And hearing those thoughts has taught me something important. Don't wait. Don't wait to make that phone call. Don't wait to visit. Don't wait to say thank you. Don't wait to tell someone you love them, to repair a relationship. Life has a way of reminding us that tomorrow is never guaranteed. The truth is, none of us knows how we will be remembered. And maybe that's entirely within our control anyway, not entirely within our control. But I think most of us hope that somehow our lives mattered, that we made things a little bit better, that we helped someone that we loved well, that we left people better than we found them. Every memorial service I've attended this year has been different. Every person was unique. Every family was unique. Every story was unique. And every one of them taught me something. Not just about the person who had passed away, but how I want to live while I'm still here. Maybe that's one of the hidden purposes of these gatherings, to remind the living that life is precious, relationships matter, time is limited, and the opportunity to make a difference exists every single day. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you ever attended a funeral or memorial service that changed the way you looked at your own life? If so, share your experience in the comments below. And if you enjoy these reflections on life, relationships, faith, and personal growth, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. But until next time, have a phenomenal day.